Spring ball for me has been really good. It's given me the opportunity to really work on some of the things I struggled with last year, especially technique wise. Also, just getting more familiar with the playbook. The more I get around it, the more comfortable I get, and I can start applying the things I know from our coverages into how I want to play against certain formations and things like that. So it's been good for me, especially mentally.
Great, thank you. We're going to start with questions with John Johnson.
Garrett, good to see you. So first, I guess that you guys didn't have much of a spring last year. How important has this spring been for you guys in terms of getting the reps in? I know Coach Babers mentioned that being a big thing now that you guys have spring ball this season.
Yeah, it's been a really big thing. It's given all of us opportunity to really just get more familiar with the playbook offensively and defensively. And also, it's always better just to be able to compete with one another as much as possible because that pays off in the fall. And I think missing that hurt last year, and I think having spring ball and especially going at the pace we're going, I think it's going to turn out to be a really good thing in the end.
Thank you. The next question we're going to go to is Eric Columbia.
Hey, Garrett, just all right, I'm unmuted. Just curious as to being at the position group that you're in and how much has left the group, just how much is there pressure on you guys or on you personally that you feel that you have to at least try to make up some of the gap left by, guys like Cisco?
No, I don't think it's any pressure. Obviously we're losing a lot of really great players, but I think we got guys who are ready to step in and fill those roles accordingly. And it's going to be my job to lead them, and I'm ready for that role.
Thanks, Garrett. Next, we're going to go to Stephen Bailey.
Hey, Garrett, I had a pretty similar question, but I guess I'll go kind of specific. Like looking at the other corners, I'd imagine like Chase, Deuce, Adrian. What did you see from those guys? And what's the competition like? Just knowing, besides you, there's kind of some spots up for grabs back there.
Everybody's doing a really good job. Everybody's had really good moments throughout spring, and it's going to be competition is always good in any position room. It brings out the best in everybody, and I think it's going to help us going forward.
Great, thank you. We have time for a couple more questions for you today. We're going to go to Christian de Guzman.
Hey, Garrett. You're now with if I to go into the NFL draft, it's likely that you're now the guy who's going to be covering the number one receivers on the opposing teams. How do you relish that opportunity and that challenge in the coming seasons?
It's exciting. Last year, I saw my fair share of number one receivers as it is, so I don't really see any pressure. I just see it as an opportunity to get better and showcase myself.
Great, thanks.
All right, two more questions for you. We're going to go to Dan Tortora, and then we'll finish with Mike Curtis. So, Dan, you're up.
Garrett, just what you could say about, kind of defining the secondary now with so many great guys moving on to the NFL draft, just how you would define what you've been able to do and what the talent with you has been able to do as you step into the 2021 season.
I think we have a really talented back end, even though we're young, and we're all working hard every single day. Everybody's really dedicated to getting better each and every day. And so I feel like as a unit, the cohesiveness is going to be really nice. And I think it's going to show regardless of who we play.
Thanks, Garrett. The last question we have for you today is from Mike Curtis from Syracuse.com.
Hey, Garrett, thanks for the time. You had a very impressive freshman season last year. With that experience, what have you told this year's group of freshmen?
Just that you just got to keep practicing and keep working, and that when you're practicing, part of getting better is having some rough days, but you got to keep pushing. You got to keep trying to get better each and every practice. You can't take days off because if you're not getting better, somebody else is getting better than you. So that's really the biggest thing I told them.